Krishna. Good morning, everyone. Getting the band back together. And I'm really happy to be back. And at the same time, we're so pleased with the last yatra. We came back feeling recharged. And just with the realization, I was mentioning last night to Nirkula, some years ago, I met with Indradjuna Maharaj in Delhi, and he introduced me to a disciple of his who's a very wealthy person. And he told me in the car as we were driving around, did this wealthy person, that he had started his career by collecting old cell phones. People just throw them away when they're old. And then he started a factory, hired some labor, and in every cell phone there's a little fleck of gold as a conductant. And he took all the flecks out of thousands of phones, and then he had a big pile of gold. And that's how he started his empire, a financial empire. And I was thinking as we were going around to the various holy places and just continuing this process of japa every morning and all the other 9 aspects of devotional service, every time we're able to extract a tiny little fleck of gold from our practice. You might have some insight, you might feel something that seems like devotional service to Krishna with no motivation, and that's your gold. And if you pile those things up, you'll have something to parlay into larger and larger investments that will grow exponentially. So japa is one of them. It's one of the best times to pan for gold, as the gold rush took place here in California. It's appropriate. Panning for gold, if you've never done it, means you take a pan, special kind of pan, and you go to the river and you collect some sand and water, and you move it around like this. And then you keep your eyes open as you look at the sand and the water, and then the sun may catch a little image of a tiny piece of gold, and you can take it out. So japa is like that. It's all there. It's actually a gold mine. But in the beginning, I can't fully appreciate it because there's so much other stuff mixed in. So we have to keep mining and looking and seeing where that fleck of gold is. One musician wrote, "Keep me searching for a heart of gold." So we have to find it in ourselves also. Anyway, great to see everybody. Thank you for keeping the transcendental vibration going. Last point, we have a lot of work to do because the Sankirtan movement requires not just a little wimpy effort. It means mass distribution of transcendental sound vibration in various forms. And I emphasize the word mass. It has to be really huge to start showing effects. So we've been deputed, and we can get strength for such ideas and plans by chanting really good japa and praying to Krishna, because he would like to empower us. We just have to ask for it hard enough, and then he'll give us an opportunity to participate in the mass distribution of the Krishna conscious sound vibration around the world. What do you think? Works for you? Okay. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Shri Panchatattva, Shri Shri Gauranitai, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Shri Lakshmana Shringadev. If you so desire, please empower us to chant great japa this morning. And thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Great to see everybody online also. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I just have a few closing, if we can have a quick closing conversation on the japa circle. And one thought I had about the concept of collecting gold is to reverse it, because it's not that we're just gold collectors, but Krishna is too. And it reminded me of the verse, one of the verses that we're studying in the 7th canto, where Prahlad Maharaj is praying to Lord Nrsingadev. And if I've memorized the verse, it'll come out. If not, I'll work on it later. But he says, Manye dana bijana rupa tapasu taujas teja prabhava balapurusha buddhi yoga naradanai hi bhavanti parasya bhaktya tutosha bhagavan gajayutapaya. And in this verse, Prahlad Maharaj is contemplating how he would possibly offer anything to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because he's thinking, I'm so unqualified. And already people who are highly qualified have offered prayers, and seemingly Lord Nrsimha didn't accept it because he didn't calm down at all. And then he lists all these qualities. Manye dana bijana rupa tapasu taujas. He's naming wealth, beauty, fame, strength, aura, and yoga, mystic power, and so forth. And he says Krishna doesn't look at any of those as being very significant. And I was thinking that Krishna's watching us, and he's looking for that speck of gold also. He's also a miner. We're miners. We're looking for it. Krishna's also looking for it. And when he sees just the smallest fleck of gold, which is that intention to serve him, and that's something that Prahlad then says, Bhaktya tutosha bhagavan gajayutapaya. And when he sees in an elephant, in Gajendra, he said, even though Gajendra was just caught by a crocodile, but still there was something there. And Krishna caught it. He saw that little fleck. And he said, I'll take it. I'm satisfied with that. So japa is a unique time to look at our own offering to Krishna. And to see, is it there that I can offer to Krishna? Is there some fleck of gold there, some pure intention that I can offer? It's the greatest offering one can make. And speaking of offerings and the idea of sacrifice, because I've been thinking about sacrifice recently and how important it is. It makes the world go round. It comes from the word sacred. And in japa, the greatest, we're making a sacrifice, a special kind of sacrifice. It's the sacrifice of our awareness. And when we give our awareness, we try to be independent and give it to things that are separate from Krishna. Bhayam dvitiya abhinibesha tasya, then we just become fearful and dissatisfied. But if we're able to offer our awareness, which takes a little discipline, doesn't it? Japa, it's the one time during the day when we can be absolutely attentive to where I'm putting my awareness, and then very intentionally offer it to Krishna and say, right now, nothing else. Only I'm just giving my attention back to you again and again and again, and it's a sacrifice. But it's the best of sacrifices, because ultimately that's the only thing we have to offer. That's our independent choice. Thoughts? Reflections? Keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm growing old? Yes. That's Kennedy back there.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, welcome back.
Thank you.
I was reflecting on, I don't know the verse in Sanskrit, but where it says in the Gita that the transcendentalist views the stone and gold and the mountain all the same. And likewise, in alignment with what Krishna sees in his collection of gold, he also collects the endeavor. So even if we don't find the gold, we have to keep endeavoring for it, because that also pleases him.
Yes. And it's best if it's, as Krishna says in the 17th chapter of the Gita, at the last verse, it's best if it's backed by knowledge. In other words, if you know why you're doing it, and you're doing it intentionally, then it becomes invaluable because you did it with that purpose. One more? Yes.
Hare Krishna. I did not pay a lot of attention to japa earlier. I have been hearing from my childhood when my father and mother, they took diksha from their Guru Maharaj. They got a task of 12 rounds a day. And to me, those days it's like a lot. But then recently when I come here ISKCON and I see this a lot. And then, but I did not practice a lot. My goal is 1 round a day. And then my daughter was in hospital. I was attending her. And I got enough time, so I put Srila Prabhupada's 16-round chanting by the side. And that gives me the time and count. And then I chant along with that one. So that gives a very nice practice here. And then when I came here, I get like each day from the talking, like little lectures, small ones. One day one Prabhu said, you need to get absorbed. And then that absorption does not happen naturally or doesn't happen very often. But once in a while, it comes so nice, so spontaneous. And then that gives all the pleasure we need. And then the other time I get pleasure is from Kirtan. So between Kirtan and Japa, and most of it's like some we try ourselves, and remaining is the mercy from Lord that comes like spontaneously. They know active, like I cannot plan that today I'm going to get absorbed. But then sometimes it happens and like it's so blissful.
Wow,
It's so good
many
to see you.
realizations. He could write a book. Well, we have noticed that you come here and you're always absorbed. Thank you for your presence. It makes a big difference. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Shri Panchatattva, Shri Shri Gauranitai, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Shri Lakshmi Nrsingadev, if you so desire, please help us to offer our awareness to your lotus feet in loving service. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone agrees with this prayer in whole or in part, please unmute and say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vanchakalpa Drishcha, Kripa Sindhave, Patitanam Bhavanebhyo